Okay, started. Please start.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Dando Pranam to all the devotees. This is a very small, like a 10-15 minutes, presentation. I tried to create just half an hour back. This is actually some of the challenges Srila Prabhupada faced while he was in US. We know he faced a lot of difficulty even going before to the America. But these are all the things he faced in US. We will just go one by one. What happened when Prabhupada, after reaching America, so he was staying in, different places. He was just moving here and there. Yeah, so almost 1 year passed and nothing much happened. Prabhupada couldn't do much, either preaching or, he didn't have a permanent place. So Srila Prabhupada started to get worried because he was already very old. So, he was not sure what is next. So then he decided to, have one small place for him as a permanent place, so that the devotees or the people who come and join the congregation, like chanting or the kirtan, etc., for prasadam, etc. So he wanted to have a place so that the people can come and meet Srila Prabhupada conveniently in a kind of a hall. So then Srila Prabhupada went around, found one place. It was owned by a person called Hotman. During that time, it was worth around 7 lakh Indian rupees. And Srila Prabhupada, as we all know, he went with, $6-7 during that time. It is Srila Prabhupada, right? So he said, okay, let me buy this. He didn't think too much. He said, okay, let's collect some money from India, and then we will buy this place. So, but during those times, to send money out of India, we need to get approval from the Prime Minister himself. So Srila Prabhupada sent a letter. Yeah, during those times, nothing else is possible. So he sent a letter to the Indian Prime Minister that I'm here in US and I'm here to spread our Indian culture in the West. So I want to build a temple here. So can you please allow transfer of money for this noble cause? As usual, we know what happens, right? So nothing happened, no reply, no feedback, no update. Then what Srila Prabhupada, he didn't lose his heart. Then he sent a letter to Sumati Morarji, who owns the Jaladuda shipping, right? So he sent him a letter, and he conveyed the message. I'm here to build a temple for your Balagopal. So in America, so please help. And then he also requested to send Mridangam, so that the upcoming devotees, the boys, they will learn Mridangam, they will do Kirtan. Again, nothing, no response, no update, nothing from her as well. And then Prabhupada didn't lose hope again. He came to, Srila Prabhupada came to know a person called Padampat Singhania from India. He wanted to build a temple in the US. So Srila Prabhupada was so happy. Okay, someone with a similar goal. So let me talk to him. Maybe there is a win-win situation. So he sent a letter to him, and then he said, okay, just give me 7 lakhs rupees, and I can buy this building, particular building, which Hartman is offering to sell. But Shingania told him that his plan is completely different. He wants to build a temple, not a very big temple, but a small temple in US, with a lot of those intricate art, sculpture, painting work, and the typical Indian style temple in the US, so that the Indians can go and pray, and the American people, they can also see and understand the Indian culture. So he was not ready to, to accept the offer which Srila Prabhupada was proposing. And then again, Srila Prabhupada proposed that, okay, no problem. We will buy this building. You give me the first 2 floors. You take the top floor. You build whatever you want in the tower. You do all the artwork and sculpture work, painting work, everything as per your wish. So you are from you do the I will do the Vrindavan way of deity worship. You do your way of worship. So let's do this, making a temple. Again, Shingania refused. He said, no, I'm not interested because this is a old building. This is not something I'm looking for. So again, Srila Prabhupada didn't lose hope. Okay, no problem. Already, this many defeats. Then he remembered that these universal book distributors, these people are the one who actually printed and supposed to distribute Srimad Bhagavatam for Srila Prabhupada. They did something, but then Srila Prabhupada gave a kind of distributorship for them to distribute this Srimad Bhagavatam in Mumbai. And then Srila Prabhupada said, okay, now you take the whole Maharashtra as distributorship, you sell the book, and then you send me whatever the money possible, because I'm struggling here. I don't have any money. I can survive only for next 1 or 2 months. But then the universal UBD team, these people, they replied that no, nowadays nobody is interested in reading your Srimad Bhagavatam. People are becoming modern, so materialistic. They don't want to read any of these books. The books are not selling basically. So we would like to cancel the dealership. So another defeat. So then again, Srila Prabhupada thought of another idea. He went back to Hartman, who's supposed to sell the building to Srila Prabhupada, and proposed another idea. Okay, so anyway, as a owner of that building, Hartman supposed to pay the tax. So Srila Prabhupada proposed that, okay, I will pay the tax, and I will also pay some tax to you, and within 6 months to 1 year, I will pay the rest of the amount. But again, this Hartman, he didn't have any heart, so he simply refused. And then again, Srila Prabhupada tried one more way. He said, no, I will make you a trustee of ISKCON. Okay, he will, Srila Prabhupada will make him as a trustee in return to this building. But again, Hartman was not interested. And then Srila Prabhupada got good news that then the Prime Minister was Lal Bahadur Shastri. So he was in Russia, and then after Russia, he was supposed to visit US. Srila Prabhupada met him some time back. We all know. He met him, he gave Srimad Bhagavatam, and Lal Bahadur Shastri also appreciated the work Srila Prabhupada did. So Srila Prabhupada wanted to meet and ask for help to approve this money transfer request. But then the Tirtha Maharaj, who was the contact person for Srila Prabhupada in India, sent another message that Lal Bahadur Shastri died in Russia itself. When he visited Russia, he died there. So that channel also closed for Srila Prabhupada. Then again, Tirtha Maharaj sent another news, another letter to Srila Prabhupada that Indira Gandhi is the new PM. And then Indira Gandhi's office, sent a reply to that letter when Srila Prabhupada sent that request letter that this money transfer is not going to be approved. We are not going to allow that. If you want to build any kind of temple or anything, you collect money in the US itself and build the temple, and we will not allow the transfer. So another door shut. Again, one brahmachari called Mukti Brahmachari sent a letter to Srila Prabhupada. So he wanted to help Srila Prabhupada in preaching in US. So he wanted to come to US. Srila Prabhupada was very happy. Yeah, please go obtain permission from your guru who was also the disciple of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So he is, your guru is like my god brother. So you just get approval from him, permission from him, then you can come and join me. But he said, no, Srila Prabhupada, can I come to US and then we will inform his guru? Srila Prabhupada said, no, that is not the right ethics. You need to first get permission, then you come over to America. Then the brahmachari talked to his guru, and the guru simply disregarded Srila Prabhupada's efforts as a waste of time. Americans are milechas. You don't waste your time also along with Srila Prabhupada. Then Srila Prabhupada sent a letter reply back to Mukti Brahmachari that I got your ridiculous letter. I may be a failure now. Like Lord Nityananda Prabhu was also a failure when Lord was trying to deliver Jagai and Matai, but then Lord succeeded in converting them and even delivered them. So the Lord will be, the Supreme Personality of God will be happy for our efforts rather than not even trying. That was the message Srila Prabhupada said. And then there is another interesting incident when Srila Prabhupada was staying with one, the attender who used to attend all the congregation Srila Prabhupada used to have was a person named David. So he was staying, Srila Prabhupada was staying with him. And once Srila Prabhupada even said that he will make David the first Vaishnava in America. One day, when Prabhupada was staying with him, he heard a loud noise. And then Srila Prabhupada went inside and saw David inside his room, intoxicated, shouting, crying, and all kind of things, and then behaving very crazily. And he was holding a gun, and he was threatening to shoot Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada immediately went to his room, took his typewriter and the trunk, and then left the place quickly. And then it was around 5 a.m. in the morning. He didn't know what to do, and he didn't know where to go. Suddenly, Srila Prabhupada remembered there were this couple. They used to come and join their kirtan named Mike and Jane. They were staying like few blocks away. So he went there, he stayed where he knocked the door and they opened the door, and they were very surprised to see Srila Prabhupada. Then Srila Prabhupada explained what happened, and then Srila Prabhupada stayed there for a few days before other devotees helped Srila Prabhupada to move to a better place. Okay, so these are all the difficulties faced by Srila Prabhupada. Okay, and we need to just think a bit why he has to go through all these difficulties, all this pain. He, as a devotee, if he wants to go back to Godhead, he was in the best possible situation. He was living in Vrindavan. His god brothers were there. He had 7 temples. He can go every day, pray there. He stayed there in a place given by Radha Damodar, close to Srila Rupa Sanatan Samadhi. But he can chant there, pray there, bow down to Lord every day, and then happily go back to Godhead. So that was usually the objective of any kind of devotee. But he did not want to stay in that comfort zone. He at this age, old age, nearing 70, he had 2 heart attacks while he was in the ship. He didn't have any money. He was traveling to US for what? So he was only thinking about all of us. So he wanted to, turn us all Krishna devotee, and he wanted us all to be delivered. So what we need to do, just thinking back what the difficulty, distress Srila Prabhupada went through, I was just thinking what we need to do, how we can pay back Srila Prabhupada if at all we can. The 2 things I got reminded is that we need to just continue our sadhana and then try to help others as well in their sadhana if possible. and then we do our own preaching wherever possible, in whatever ways, small or big, whatever it is, we need to continue to do what Srila Prabhupada was doing. So it was such a selfless life he was living, and we need to learn a lot from his life. So I was so touched by this lecture. I thought I should share with all of our devotees. I hope I did some justice to whatever I read or listened. Thanks for your time, everyone, all the devotees, Prabhujis, Matajis. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very wonderful, Prabhuji. So much new things you told. I mean, I was not aware of most of this.
Yeah.
8 defeats.
Yeah.
Fantastic, Prabhuji.
It's all very practical, and in this time, 1 or 2 attempt I might have lost my composure. But this is something we need to learn, not just as a devotee, even for our day-to-day life. This is something we need to learn and try to imbibe these kind of qualities.
Correct.
So if at all we are sitting here talking to each other, we are all we know each other first of all because of this, the soul that took all the pain to travel all the way to this foreign land, and then that's why we are sitting here. So thinking of that, I'm really amazed. That's all I can say.
Nice, it is very nice, and you have given, but you did not tell how Prabhupada ji succeeded in getting a place finally. And you have
Yes, Prabhu. Actually, what happened after that is that he found this place. All of us, most of us know this matchless gift shop, right? So that was a shop, a gift shop. That was kind of that business got closed, and then the devotees all they got together, and then they managed to rent that place, and then they started selling books, and they started to do kirtan and collect money in the street. Srila Prabhupada told them, no problem, go and collect money. And this is the way they started to pay rent for that shop. Slowly, they bought that shop as well. That's why if you go to any temple in India, ISKCON temple, and the gift shop or this, the shop that sells all the books and all the puja paraphernalia,
everywhere there, everywhere.
be named matchless gifts. So the name will be same name most of the place. You will see that name matchless gifts. That's why even if for example in Chennai they have given that name. I think I heard most of the places in ISKCON temple they have the same name. That is because of that is the first place Srila Prabhupada managed to start that like a congregation as a permanent place.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Yes, Prabhu. Now, Prabhu, can we go one by one and then we try to, understand from devotees one by one, Prabhu? Sabran, Prabhu?
Just go ahead.
Okay. Prabhu, can I start from Lalmohan, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Prabhuji, you actually covered most of the things, but just want to. We all know that without यदि Prabhupada ना होते, हम सब कहाँ होते? Actually, because of Srila Prabhupada only, we all are here. We are into this Krishna consciousness, and we would have been somewhere else if he was not there. That was the song which Ananya sang the other day when Prabhupada said those. So even if you think of Srila Prabhupada, while telling itself, it's feeling so much. See, he has done so much. I mean, we can't even imagine. I mean, the kind of task he undertook at that age, that he was above 70 years when he went to, I mean, he was around 70 years when he went to US. And he, within the span of 10, 12 years, he was successful in making more than, more than 100 temples, and it's unthinkable actually, that too all over the world. And I can't even imagine. See, the number of the books, he used to only just sleep for 2, 3 hours, or not even that sometimes, and he's written so many books. See, I was just calculating. I was the other day when during my session, I was telling that to read Srimad Bhagavatam, it will take us a whole life if you read only 5 slokas per day. And I just can't imagine how you managed to write Srimad Bhagavatam, which is around 30 volumes, and Srimad Bhagavad Gita, volumes of Chaitanya Charitamrita, all this, and plus so many books. It's a hurricane's task. No? It is such a big task. He has accomplished in such a short time. And I think at the age of 76, he left his body, and he left a kind of I mean, a kind of empire, we can say, behind him, and it's progressing well. And to talk about him, his simplicity, the kind of humility he has, and all that, the transparency, simple. See, I think he only coined. I mean, he coined the logo motto, of ISKCON, that is simple living and high thinking. So this is the thing which we all have to follow. And there was some, I think there was some Bhavishwani which was done by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu itself 500 years ago, that he said that my commander-in-chief devotee will spread the chanting of the holy names around the world. So I think it's none other than Srila Prabhupada only, Prabhuji. It's such a wonderful person. You can't imagine a life without him. It's great. I mean,
I cannot think. I cannot.
Yeah. I can't really think.
I cannot imagine what.
Imagine
what happened.
What he has done. It is. Yeah, we are always indebtful. I mean, we'll never able to repay whatever the kind of the thing he has done for all of us. Just want to mention only this, Prabhuji. Let other devotees also share their.
Yeah.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Can I request Satana Mataji, please? Anything which you want to say about Srila Prabhupada? Today is actually the day Srila Prabhupada landed in the US, September 9th. So yeah, so we wanted to just.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji Mataji. Yes, actually I missed the lecture.
Recording is there, Mataji.
About him, but
we have
yes,
recording.
I really want to hear. I really want to hear. Yes,
very interesting.
Share with me. Yes. Actually, I would say about Prabhupada, I don't have capability to say something for him.
Correct.
It's difficult to understand. He's not. He was a very special person. I would say कि भगवान ने किसी फरिश्ते को भेजा था हम लोग के उद्धार करने के लिए.
Correct, माताजी, सही बोले आप.
पहले
फरिश्तों को भेजा.
Initially, when I joined Kasrani Mataji's class, that time I didn't have any feeling for Srila Prabhupada. I didn't even know about him more. Then Didi told like to see his series, Abhaycharan series. And we went to Mayapur also. Then after that, I watched that series, Abhaycharan series. Then I came to know how much struggle he has done throughout his life. He could easily stay comfortably in his life. He has work, he has everything he had. But for everyone, for all of us, सब लोगों के लिए उन्होंने उनका सबका उद्धार करने के लिए, he didn't think for himself only. He thought for everyone. तो उन्होंने अपना comfort zone छोड़ करके और इतना सब कुछ किया, कौन एस्टेब्लिश किया. तो उनका जो स्ट्रगल था उसके बारे में तो हम लोग बोल नहीं सकते हैं और हम लोग करने का सोच भी नहीं सकते हैं. Whatever he said, it is difficult for us to follow. But when I understood about him, his work, and when I believed on him, just after that I got some kripa, and just after that I started chanting 16 rounds. Before that, I was thinking, why to chant 16 rounds? Why can't we chant only 2-3 rounds? If we are chanting 2-3 rounds nicely, that is fine. Why to chant 16 rounds? When I understood Prabhupada's journey and when I believed on him, just after that, I will say, like, I had some kripa from Guru Kripa, I can say. After that only I started chanting 16 rounds. I feel so blessed to know about him and to follow whatever I can. I'm following. I'm blessed to whatever I'm able to do. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Bol, Hare Krishna.
Okay, Keshav Prabhu.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु, धन्यवाद प्रणाम प्रभु। प्रभु मैं इतना ही बोल सकता हूँ, I can tell this much only प्रभु, if Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada was not there प्रभु, we would have never been in Krishna consciousness प्रभु, we would have been in some other world प्रभु, that much I can say प्रभु। हरे कृष्णा प्रभु।
100% true, 100% true Prabhu. Okay, can I request Dr. Prabhu?
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
Hare Krishna Prabhu ji.
हाँ प्रभु जी, almost Sourirajan Prabhu covered all about Srila Prabhupada. He was such a great soul Prabhu ji, and in the age of 69 years, how he traveled to US without carrying money, only what I hear, only $7 he took and few cloth, and he went to US. And in between, how much difficulty he faced. So we never think about it, how much problems he faced and for what. उसने जो भी किया सिर्फ इस आई थिंक संसार के लिए कि इनका कल्याण हो, के इनके लिए इनका जीवन जो है आगे अच्छी तरह से गुजरे. But we can do like that, how we can repay to such, just to follow his path, what messages he give for us. We should try to follow and be sincere for our service and Sharda. That I can say, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Aniruddha Shetty Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu, for giving us a beautiful introduction. How Prabhupada faced so many difficulties, even though I actually went in his age, and in that age, and I was thinking how difficult life he has lived, Prabhu. You took me in that age, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. And only I am not that much qualified to say something about Prabhupada, but I can say that if I can do 1% of his activities, I think I will help Prabhupada, Prabhu. That's all, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mataji is around, Prabhu?
No, Prabhu. Actually, she is with the children's, Prabhu.
Children. Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
No problem. Okay, and then can I request Anand Shanai Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Here, Lord Supreme Lord's Leela. मैं हिंदी में बोलता हूँ. भगवान का लीला का अनगिनत लीला है, वैसे ही प्रभुपाद का स्ट्रगल साधना भी अनगिनत है. इसका काउंटिंग नहीं है, कितना बोलेगा तो भी कम है प्रभु. और एक महात्मा का जन्म 1 सितंबर 1896 महात्मा योगा पुरुष का जन्म हुआ, तो 14 नवंबर 1967 तक उनका ये हो गया, देहांत हो गया. तो इनका गुरु भक्ति सिद्धांत का तो इनका कनेक्शन हो गया 1922 में, और दीक्षा 1931 में लिया है. तो भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती का
वॉइस क्लियर नहीं है प्रभु जी, आप थोड़ा पास में आ जाइए.
अच्छा, भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर का साथ इनका 1922 में ये हो गया, संपर्क हो गया. 1931 में दीक्षा लिया, और उस टाइम ये मतलब गोरा लोग जो घर पे तो कभी भी समझा सकते हैं, कुछ भी कर सकता है। बाहर का लोग जल्दी कोई बात करेगा जल्दी पकड़ता है, घर का लोग नहीं पकड़ता है। ऐसे हो गया क्योंकि इंडिया में इनका इतना फॉलोअर्स नहीं है, उतना पाश्चात्य जगत में इतना फॉलोअर्स हो गया, एक बहुत बड़ा मिरेकल है। और ये स्टार्टिंग से बचपन से इनका फादर भी गौर मोहन थे, वो भी स्पिरिचुअली थे और इनको भी स्पिरिचुअली चाहते थे। और इनका बारे में बहुत कुछ है, टाइमिंग, टाइम मैनेजमेंट, डिसिप्लिन, पंक्चुअलिटी, ये सब। अभी देखिए आज का जमाने में हम लोग 50 इयर्स में हम लोग का रेफरेंस नीचे करता है, मतलब अभी 50 साल हो गए, अभी बुढ़ा हो गया, हम क्या करेगा करके। लेकिन प्रभुपाद जी ने 70 इयर्स का बाद 10 साल में जितना किया है वो अनगिनत है। 108 टेम्पल्स, 14 टाइम वर्ल्ड का टूर किया है, 17 बुक लिखा है, और वो तो अलग है। पाकिस्तान में 12 टेम्पल बनाया, तो इनका बारे में बोलेगा तो बहुत कम है। जैसा कि कृष्ण का लीला बोलेगा तो हम लोग का दिन कम पड़ता है प्रभु, वैसे प्रभुपाद का स्ट्रगल बोलने में हम लोग को बहुत दिन कम पड़ता है, दिन भी कम पड़ेगा ऐसे। और बस वही प्रभुपाद ना होते तो हम लोग अभी कहाँ होते। बस प्रभुपाद ने कितना करोड़ों जीवात्मा को, ये बद्ध जीव को ये किया, पतित जीव को पावन किया है। बस एक अवतारी पुरुष है प्रभुपाद। हरे कृष्णा, हरि बोल। प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद सुन रहे? हरे कृष्णा प्रभु, कुछ सुनने को आ रहा है?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu. My speaker is little not done perfect.
No
Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
We heard Mataji also. Mataji want to say something?
Yeah, just yeah, Mataji is my inspiration, Prabhu. Mataji near standing, I am all talking, Prabhu.
Okay, you better listen to Mataji, Prabhu.
Yeah, yeah. Hare Bol,
हरि बोल
Hare Bol.
हरि बोल माताजी नेक्स्ट टाइम सेम सेम मत बोलो माताजी।
थोड़ा सोशल डिस्टेंस रखना, एकदम पास में नहीं खड़ा रहने का।
Hare Bol. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, did I miss anybody else, Prabhu? I think I covered. Yeah. Yeah, Sir Prabhu, Sourirajan Prabhu.
विजय कुमार प्रभु, विजय कुमार प्रभु,
Sorry?
माताजी।
Ah, Mataji, yeah.
Yeah.
Prabhu.
वेदा माताजी बाकी है।
Please, Prabhu, sorry.
प्रभु जी तो नहीं बोले ना। लता
So
माताजी,
Mataji want to say something?
unmute.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Please, Mataji.
I was going to the website of www.prabhupada.net, and I was surprised to know one new fact which I am going to read out now. Actually, Lalmohan Prabhu has said about it just now. So it says that Srila Prabhupada is there is a lineage in such a way that it is a spiritual succession tracing back to God Himself. Like Lalmohan Prabhuji said that in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself had predicted 500 years ago, my commander-in-chief devotee will spread the chanting of the holy names around the world. Similarly, Bhakti Vinode Thakur, a great Vaishnava saint, had said in 1881, very soon a great personality will appear who will spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. Surprisingly, Lord Krishna himself in Brahma Vaivarta Purana 5,000 years ago had predicted, after 5,000 years of this age have passed, the great sage and worshipper of my holy names will appear and spread the chanting of my name throughout the world. Thus, the present position of Srila Prabhupada is that his appearance, mission and teaching were predicted by these ancient sages and masters. That's all I wanted to add. Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Prabhuji, Hare
Yes.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. After seeing your presentation, the level of pain Srila Prabhupada had to take during that time, I am afraid even 1% of that we may not be able to put through to the service of the God. I think the level of the pain Srila Prabhupada had to undergo. Really amazing, Prabhu. Amazing. One more thing I would like to add that in an interview I saw today, he was asked why your devotees are doing chanting. Then he said chanting keeps the person or the devotee association with the God, like a radio message. If you
Hello.
if you keep the radio message, you will get to know the developments around the world or outside the world. Like that, if you keep chanting, you will keep association with the God. So that was his reply. Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, Prabhu, Sabran Prabhu, your turn.
Sorry, somebody was switching off the lights. I had to say hello. I'm in the office. Okay. Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Mataji, Dhanur Pranam to all of you. So, thank you very much, Sourirajan Prabhu, bringing this Prabhupada's landing day celebration today. And I know you who are hearing, who are listening, they feel too much emotional feelings about the Prabhupada. And I can feel that myself also. And of course, all of us, we know, because of his mercy only, all the things, whatever we are trying to do in our life, little bit is possible. And like there are so many devotees has experienced the mercy of Prabhupada, and millions and millions, not like we can count in a one or two. Like Sadhana Mataji also just said that after getting the mercy of Prabhupada, only she could manage to chant, starting 16 rounds and all. So this is all we can just think of how he could do it. This is really is imaginable. Even I can tell you that nobody can do it. Even if you want to give somebody, okay, I am giving you the $1 billion to you, and you construct the 108 temples in 10 years. Give this task to somebody.
Correct.
Give $1 billion.
Correct.
Give task to construct 108 temples in 10 years or 10 years. Impossible. I don't know how he did it. Really. And like just now, Lalmapur, you also made a point that even if you want to read the Srimad Bhagavatam in a whole life, we find we can't complete this. Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, three predominant scriptures, if you want to read, we find we can't read in the whole life. He forget about reading, he even translated, he wrote. Just think of all his achievements. He's not like an ordinary person, and that is the reason Acharya says that he's not like an ordinary person. He's considered a Shaktavesh Avtara. Krishna has sent him in giving the Shakti, and that is when he's part of the Shaktavesh Avtara. Even on the material ground, even his name is appearing in the top 10 personalities success above the age of 65. That there his name is registered. There is a survey where after 65 age, who are the most successful person in any field. So he's one of them. He's successful in a spiritual field. So maybe other people who must be having some ranking, maybe I don't know which number, 1, 2, 3, whatever maybe, but they must be having success in some other field, maybe in the health field, or maybe in some other area, or maybe some other business or something like this. But his achievement in top 10 of after 65 age achievement is, according to me, is number 1, because he is given this achievement for the spiritual background. So all these things is only possible because he is really pure devotee of the Lord. That is, I could say. And that purity means is real purity. We just use the word purity, but that mean purity here for the case of Prabhupada is like crystal clear purity. There is no contamination of even not a 0.001%. You know, like if you want to compare in the today's world, when you say gold is pure or not pure, so when you say 24 carats means we consider it pure gold. You know, that is a definition we have in the material world here. So similarly, if you want to say the purity, you want to compare, so Prabhupada is one of the examples who is purity. And because of that only, he could change people's consciousness or people's mind and all those things. And at the same time, since he was a pure devotee of the Lord, he has all those, has always been narrated those 26 qualities of the devotees. He always, since he's a pure devotee of the Lord, he has all those 26 qualities. There is a, if you can go one by one quality and think about his all the leelas, what he did, you'll find, oh, he has this, oh, he has this, or he has this. Like that, you will realize. If you go through those all the 26 qualities, of course, we don't have time now to go through each one by one, but I'm just telling you, just like look like that. And I find most important quality what he was having, that of course all are important and all are really valuable. I'm not trying to say something is plus or minus, but which I feel is so much important at this point of time, saying that he was really non-possessive of anything. Despite he was getting so much name, fame, he was developing so many things. You can think or what kind of luxury he was having, but he was not possessing anything. And despite having all those things, he was equal to everybody and he was a well-wisher for everybody. He never discriminated for anybody. And all of us, that is the beauty of our society, that where this is open for any kind of people from any part of the world. There is no difference of caste, creed, and color and all those things, you know. So how he could do it? Because he's a pure devotee of the Lord, and he thinks Krishna is ultimate. There is nothing. And he really demonstrated the Krishna's message to us in the Bhagavad Gita. What Krishna says, that we are the spirit soul and all these bodies are temporary, and we should not be considering that because of this body I possess this position. No. That is equal treatment he did it. He was so much what we call well-wisher for all of us. So if you just get sometime time, go through those 26 quality, and you will find Prabhupada is one of the person who can fit on all those 26 qualities everywhere, right? He was not having any pride despite having so much things, you know. So all this is happened because of this pure devotee of the Lord. And how he got this purity, I was just thinking how he got, was he had a really strong faith on Krishna. That was one of the things I think, because of that strong faith, and strong faith on Krishna and strong faith on his Guru's instruction. As all of us know that he was very well situated in Vrindavan, and even he would have entitled to go back to Godhead because he was in full Krishna consciousness, and when he would have left the body, he would have remembered the Krishna only, no doubt. But to fulfill the instruction of his Guru Maharaj, he had done all those things for all of us. So now, message we should be taking, that we should not be thinking that I am become old. So that is number one. Keep the Prabhupada in front of all of us to get the enthusiasm and get the energy, which I really always do it, thinking about him. And at the same time, we should be always be in the mood of preaching. You know, that should be the most important point we should be taking if you want to really continue this his efforts. As all of us, we just Prabhu just gave a very brief about his struggle, but if you go through in detail, each and every temple he has a struggle. I was reading one of his book, construction of Vrindavan temple, what we go on nowadays, and we enjoy the temple like heaven, you know. But construction of temple, there is a book has been written by one of the Prabhu, how difficulty they faced step by step, he written down. Even starting from getting a land, getting a place, you know. So each and every temple has gone through so much struggle, so much things, but he could achieve all those things, you know. So to continue all his efforts and all his struggle, it is our responsibility. We should be doing the preaching, and we should be loyal to him, Of course, we cannot pay back whatever he's done for us. Definitely, I'm sure I cannot pay back whatever I do in my life. But we should always have the enthusiasm and desire to repay back him just by doing the preaching. And if his mission get continued and his mission gets flourished, I think he will be one of the happiest person. That's why I think so. So, Prabhuji, we can speak about him more and more, but I think we will stop here now. And thank you very much once again, Prabhuji, for bringing this today's discussion about the Prabhupada's landing day. Hare Bol, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, bro.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, Prabhu. If no other topic, then we can close the session, Prabhu. Thanks all of the devotees. Thanks for joining today.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Bol, Hare Krishna. Tomorrow we will read tomorrow we will not have the session.
Yeah.
We will read our normal Bhagavad Gita.
Yes, Prabhu.
We will meet on Friday evening, 8 o'clock.
Yes, Prabhu.
Let's do the Vaishnava Pranam together. Vansha kalpataru vishya kripa sindhu devecha patitana pavanebhyo Vaishnava Ananta Koti Vaishnava Jai Gurudev ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Chaitanya Premanande.
Hare Bol, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Hare Bol.